Hi everyone, and welcome to part 2 of making the Marilyn Monroe dress from How to Marry a Millionaire. In this part, I will be covering the making of the bodice. So let's get straight into the video.
Here, I'm cutting the bodice using the trial pattern that I've made previously. The satin that I'm using is the front skirt panel that I got the blood on. Of course, I'm avoiding the marks when laying out and cutting. I then sew the bodice pieces together using a 1-inch seam allowance.
The front panel of the dress is cut on the bias of the fabric. As you can see, there is no bust darts in the front at all. All the shaping is taken out through the pleats that occur across the bust. I've cut a bias strip 1.5 inches wide, which I'm using for the neckline facing. Once it's sewn on, I'll trim away this excess, then fold the bias strip across, top stitch it into place to help with the roll of the neckline, and then hand sew it down on the inside.
To hold the facing down on the inside of the bodice, I'm sewing it down using a slip stitch. For the sequining, I am using a mixture of pink, red and purple in varying sizes. I'm sewing these on with a tiny pink seed bead in the middle in a random pattern.
I'm now going to start draping the front panel. Again, this is a piece of bias fabric which I'm going to pin across the bodice and arrange the drapes in it.
Once the drape is in place, I sew this and the sequin band down using a slip stitch. For the zip, I am sewing it into place using tiny running back stitches. Once the belt is all sequined, I turn in the edges and catch them down before hand sewing in the lining.
Here's the finished dress. I'm quite happy with how she's turned out. If I was to do it again, there would be things that I would do differently. For example, cutting the whole of this side of the bias in one piece of fabric rather than doing a side seam. So if I got a flatter lay on the fabric. But yeah, I'm quite happy with her after all the problems that we had with her on the way, like recutting the skirt, recutting the drape. The sequining took quite a long time to do, but I'm really happy with that, how that's turned out. And yeah, if I did it again, I would have more knowledge about what to do differently and how to make a better finished garment. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please join me soon for a new video.